Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Oha.
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Weil wir seine Flamme geschit-talkt haben. Ja, ich weiß nicht, der redet sehr positiv von der einen Frau.
Are you collecting the post, Poirot?
Der ist sehr sauer, dass wir die verärgern.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
Tut es. Das I, das A. Miniaturen sich in den Fortschritt darstellen und ihren Fortschritt absuchen können. Okay. Miniaturansichten. Let's go.
Let us examine this more.
I.
Certain characters in...
Ja. I.
Yes, this I.
I.
Yes, the I.
Das A.
I have to find... Yes, the...
A.
That's right. The A characters... I have to find some other...
Das W.
The W is... Of course, the W. My theory was right.
Ich hoffe, es stört euch nicht, dass ich das jetzt mal ein bisschen im Schnelldurchgang gemacht habe. Weil das haben wir jetzt schon ein, zweimal getan.
He strikes tomorrow.
Ja, aber der Brief.
Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents.
Oh Gott,
I've received
endlich.
the product I need.
Bin schon so
Hastings,
neugierig.
if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Warum ist er so pisst? Ich kenne leider zu wenig Hintergründe um das
I've
Detektivgespann hier.
finished with this.
Okay, ach, wir haben ja hier noch Sachen. Ach du
Royal
Gott.
Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The alphabet murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations.
Jetzt überlegt mal, alle Leute, die mit D anfangen, ne, oder halt DD heißen, Doppel-D, und jetzt in dem Ort wohnen, ey, denen geht der Arsch gerade so auf Grundeis.
Daily Blague, August 31, 1935.
Oha.
Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things troubled great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, or of which he's so proud, being duller than usual.
Entschuldigung?
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
Wir haben ja keine Misserfolge, wir haben einfach nur keine Erfolge, oder? Das eine heißt ja nicht direkt das andere. Okay, wo machen wir das denn jetzt? Hier drüben vielleicht? Mit dem Mittelchen? Oder da liegt auch irgendwas rum? Nee. Was haben wir da? Wir können uns wieder im Spiegel angucken, aber da liegt auch was. Vielleicht machen wir es doch einfach übers Inventar.
If someone has tried to get rid of...
Nö, anscheinend nicht.
Now, down to work.
Okay.
All of this needs putting in order a little.
Also ist das Teil, an dem wir anbauen müssen?
This does not look too difficult.
Es sind mehrere Seiten, okay. Jetzt verstehe ich es erst.
This page is finished.
Okay.
That's done. 3 more to go. This does not look too difficult.
Schnauze. Muss jetzt nicht jedes Ding, das ich setze, kommentieren.
This page will be...
So.
This page is finished.
Yes.
And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought.
It's easier than I thought.
This page will be reconstructed.
Ja, es wird schneller reconstructed sein, wenn du nicht jedes Ding, das ich setze,
This
kommentierst.
piece should be placed here.
Ah, really? Oh.
This page is finished.
So, jetzt noch ein cooler Spruch.
Only
3.
1 more. Keep going.
Courage. Okay. Ja? Warte, jetzt kommt ein Spruch. Was? Okay, er hat draus gelernt.
This piece should be placed here.
Fast. Okay. Da bin ich jetzt
This
aber
page
gespannt.
is finished.
Erst das Zeug draufhauen
All
und
the
dann...
pages are reconstructed.
Was sind das? Sind das Briefe? Tuch?
A bottle of solvent.
Aufs Tuch?
The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
Bonk. Here we go.
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it.
Woher hat er diese Daten alle?
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Tja, da fragst du mich was. Ja, aber was steht auf den anderen drauf?
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis.
Aber bei ihm haben wir gar nicht wirklich
Coughing
was zum
fits with
Husten
blood.
gefunden, oder?
Suffers from absences and amnesia.
Und jetzt Nummer 3.
Dick Dudley Dunbar.
Dick Dudley Dunbar ist
owner
der
of the
nächste.
Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster.
Ah,
Asthmatic. Heart disease. Heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
ja, aber es ist jetzt laut Kalender ist halt schon der 11. September. Ich dachte, wir wären noch einen Tag davor. Woher standen die verbrannten Dokumente? Miss Eschers Name? Der Hausierer? Und die Patientenakten? Dokumente stammen aus Dr. Clarks Patientenakten.
The burned documents are medical records and without a doubt
Deswegen
they
haben
come
wir
from
keine
Clark's
gefunden.
archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C,
Oh
or
ja.
D. And it is precisely
Das
the
heißt aber,
files
er
that
war an
match
den anderen
these
Buchstaben
letters
noch nicht
that
dran.
have been tampered with.
Ja.
But
Wenn nur
why
A,
burn
B,
these
C und D
files?
benutzt wurden.
How come the names of the 2 victims appear on them? And who are the 2 other patients?
These are very good questions.
Ja, ist schon seltsam. Lass mich raten. Buchstabe D ist auch schon tot.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
ABC. Dick Dudley Dunbar. Alter.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust. How did you guess? Poirot?
Ja,
you
eigentlich können wir
have
das nicht
magical
wissen,
powers.
oder? Nur
It's
wir
a
wissen
serious
das.
lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Wir wissen aber, wo er hingeht. Das Jackett angeben.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
Ja, wenn sein nächstes
You
Opfer da
appear to
ist.
be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away.
Warnt doch den armen Dudley oder wie der hieß.
Murderer under his roof.
Anstelle von Yap anrufen? Let's go.
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Kann vielleicht mehr Infos durchgeben als er, weil anscheinend geben wir ihm nicht alle.
Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar.
Dick
How can I
Dudley
help you?
Dunbar.
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
Weiß ich nicht. Ja, let's go.
Yes, please.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking for his room number.
I believe that I made a mistake. If anyone asks for him, he will understand that we
Okay.
are onto him, take
Schade.
fright, and flee. Mr. Dunbar, I've changed my mind. It's best if you keep this from Cust.
But who is this Cust?
Have you heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must say I'm not all that reassured. What with my name starting with D and all that.
You're in danger. Beware of your guest.
Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
Do not be fooled. He has already killed 3 people and you are next.
A murderer? Under my roof? Good God!
Dunbar, can you hear me? Dunbar! Hello?
Oh
Dunbar
no.
has had malaise. That's all we needed.
Nee, der wurde bestimmt
I'm
gerade
calling the Doncaster
abgemurkst.
police. I hope they get there quickly.
Ich hab da ein ganz schlechtes
Hello,
Gefühl.
Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train.
How is the hotel owner?
He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital.
Armer
Oh
Kerl.
no. It is my fault. When I told him the killer was at his hotel, I should have been more considerate.
Ach, komm schon,
Come
als ob.
on, Poirot. You weren't to know he had a weak heart.
Ja, es ging halt um Leben und Tod. Oh. Ja, scheiße, da habe ich nicht dran gedacht. Da habe ich jetzt, das hätte ich jetzt, ja. Scheiße.
No, of course.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House.
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
Ich dachte halt,
I
wir
understand.
müssen
À bientôt.
Ich war mir so sicher, dass wir jetzt auch zu dem Ort halt hinfahren.
Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number 1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Ich habe halt gedacht, wir müssen schnell sein und nicht, dass wir Rücksicht nehmen müssen auf sein Leiden.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
Und er so, oh Mann, fuck, ich wollte nicht zum Zahnarzt. Okay, dann schauen wir uns ja doch mal um. Moin.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jubb told me that you might be coming.
Ah ja, das ist sie. Ich glaube, ärgern, dass sie Kartoffeln schält.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really
Ja,
loudly and
der hat auch was
complains
mit
that
dem
his throat
Hals
is burning,
dann.
and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the wall. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Do you think it was blood?
Well, when I saw them, I thought, look, he spilled his wine or his soup all over himself. But now that I think about it, well, they did look like blood.
Cut used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Danke, nette Dame.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
Kann man echt nicht vorstellen, aber gut.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Hä? Welche Truth? Ich konnte jetzt gar nichts lesen in der Zeit.
This woman appears to be in a good mood. Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She is working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
Sie war's am Ende. Ja, aber ich verstehe jetzt nicht. Miss Marbury befragen? Was soll ich denn sie ja noch befragen?
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Cust was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remembered to change the sheets.
Oh, do you think so?